Hell yeah, you guys ready for a fun-ass night of comedy? Keep that going for your feature act of the evening, Ryan Perrio!
Keep it going for Paul, ladies and gentlemen. And you are welcome for this shirt, okay? Because even before the pandemic started, I was rocking a tight t-shirt. Yeah, that's my weight loss plan. So here's what I'm thinking. Maybe if I make my fat uncomfortable, maybe it'll leave. Anyone tried that weight loss plan? Just sheer intimidation. Every morning I get up, I bully my fat. Like, what's up, beer belly? Keep hanging around. These shirts are going to get smaller and smaller. I'll squeeze you out. Because I know this isn't a manly physique. Last time I went to the doctor, first thing he did was give me a mammogram. Like, seriously, ladies, if I had to walk you to your car night, the only thing I can do is worry about you. That's it. As you get shoved into a van that's going God knows where, I'll just be like... Oh my God. I'm glad they picked her and not me. She can probably fight back. I know I can't. I'll tell you what, because I went to a country bar one night and I played that video game, which is the big stupid punching bag that comes down. You know the one rednecks use to show how hard they can hit their wives? Yeah, that one. I got ready. I was like, let's roadhouse this bitch. Let's go. And then I punched that thing, and it came back and punched me in the face. And I don't know if the scoreboard said 101 or LOL. And I'm so out of shape. Like, even the internet knows that I'm out of shape. Because the junk email I get on a daily basis has nothing to do with singles or home mortgages. All I get is emails about burial insurance. That's all. I get emails that say, hey, Ryan, if you died tomorrow. And I also get passive-aggressive emails from Jason's Deli that say things like, hey, Ryan, we serve salads, too. And I feel like they don't know that I know I'm out of shape. Like everybody that's in here, I'm in my 40s, so you know you're done. Like everybody's had that moment where you try to run again, and you're like, well, guess we're not running anymore. You know, like your body doesn't know how to do it. Like your leg feels weird, or you just got like a hip pain or something. I will tell you my rock bottom fitness moment. Okay, it was Christmas with my family. I'm 45. Like this happened like 7 years ago. I was like 38. Sitting in my grandmother's house watching my nieces and nephews play on their iPads and have fun. And I made fun of them like nonstop for it because that wasn't allowed when I was a kid. If you were having fun in grandmother's house, that means you were breaking grandmother's shit. And you were about to have an unfun time. So you had to go outside and find fun. And then my niece piped up and asked me what I used to do for fun when I was her age. And I had to explain to her when I was a kid, you had to get your parents' attention by being weird. And what you would do is you would get them to look at you, and then you would turn around and go into a corner and then pretend to make out yourself. And I'm so out of shape. I can't reach. I look like I was smothering a small child. So I immediately joined a gym. First thing I tried was yoga. And for those of you that don't know how flexible I am, kaboom. This is as far as I could bend over to touch my toes. Like, do you know what I have to do to put on socks? I have to lift up my leg because this shit's in the way. Apparently, I can't have air and a sock at the same time. So I have to lift up my leg and like exhale a demon and just and try to get the sock on. I can't wear these damn footy socks that they have now that cover the bare top of your foot like a prison cell. Like, I have to have ankle or above. I cannot reach that far down. I will pass out or die before I get that damn sock on. I look so ridiculous in this yoga class, they made me wear a helmet. And if you've never been to yoga class, here's a little disclaimer. If you were bullied in high school, like I was, and you're paranoid about people touching you, and you flip out when they do, well, maybe yoga class isn't for you. Because no one told me about the yoga instructor. No one told me about those little stretchy pants antichrist that is running around this room just waiting for you to let your guard down. I was just trying to find any center. I was trying to figure out why I paid $35 for a room that has no air conditioning right now. Where is all this money going? Out of nowhere, the yoga instructor comes up behind me, grabs me around my waist, and has the nerve to say, breathe. I went from downward dog to crying bitch. And you know what? Guess what? We're not working out in the daylight anymore. We'll work out at night when the yoga instructors go to bed. I can't do that either because I drink a lot, and you can't set a treadmill to stagger, okay? It doesn't have that moment where you're like walking, all of a sudden you got to go left for about 10 feet to get yourself right. Doesn't have that moment at the end of the night when you're about to put your key in the door and all of a sudden gravity decides it wants to pull you back into the night. Like, we're not done yet, buddy. We got a couple more drinks we want you to take. You got to dig deep. You got to dig deep and work your core. Otherwise, you're getting a DUI right there on your doorstep. You better pull and just get that key and, like, you got to aim, too. You got to be like, all right, steady. The worst part at the gym, though, hands down, I experienced was the free personal training session I received when I joined. Because personal trainers are terrible human beings. They are, because they have this thing called fitness lingo, which is bullshit. It is just words that are there to scare you. Like, this dude walked up to me talking about rip, shred, tear. No, we're not. We're going to try. That's what we're going to do today. We may still tear something, all right? Look at this. You think I can lift anything? I defy you to find something. This is what he told me my workout was in fitness lingo. He's like, today, we're going to work out until failure. I just look in the mirror. Done. See you next week, Trevor. Paul was mentioning the Dallas Cowboys. I am a huge Cowboys fan. Yeah. My favorite Dallas Cowboy of all time is a little sketchy, though. It's Jerry Jones. I love Jerry Jones. That man changed my life. He owns the team, and he owns that damn stadium the team plays in. When he opened it up, he called it the Cowboys Stadium. I was on board. I'm like, hell yeah. That's where Cowboys play. Cowboys Stadium. No, this Texas Stadium bullshit. Houston doesn't deserve us. Yeah. This is Dallas, baby. This is Cowboy Stadium. 5 years ago, that man changed my world because he renamed that stadium from Cowboy Stadium to AT&T Stadium just so we can make more money. And because I never thought about, like, what if I owned that stadium and I could call it anything I wanted? What would I call it? Yeah, let me start off by saying I'm not calling it Cowboy Stadium. Love the team, but I got bigger plans. AT&T, love the offer, keep the money. This one's personal. I would name that stadium after the ex-girlfriend in high school that cheated on me and left me in the middle of prom. Because I'm still salty. 25 years later, I don't care. You watch football, you know how they start the games out. Like, this is why I would name it. Because usually they start out, like, they'll flashing through the city, start showing you busy intersections and all the crazy bullshit that's an hour away. Like, they'll show you shit in downtown Dallas. Then they'll, like, cut to some tailgaters, like, drunk, like, setting each other on fire. Then they cut to the stadium, and the announcers just tell you right where they're at. Like, we're here at Christina Kowalski's Cheating Bitch Stadium. Crowd goes wild. Anybody here do online dating, or as I like to call it, World of Whorecraft? Because my character on OkCupid is a 6'4" athletic Christian. That's how you win on online dating. I can't put my real picture up. I did that one time here in Dallas. Like, I put OkCupid profile. First match, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Really? Really? That's the closest single female? OkCupid? Not one single female in the Dallas-Fort Worth area at all? Nothing I could drive to in an hour like Gun Barrel City or Waxahachie? This is the closest one. Is this a dare? You don't think I'm desperate enough right now to get in my car, drive 5 hours to Tulsa, Oklahoma to date this 5? OkCupid, let's go. I actually dated a girl from OkCupid, and she worked at a haunted house. That was her career. Do you know how weird that is to explain to your parents on the holidays when they visit? Like, what does your girlfriend do? Huh, well, funny you should ask. She's a scare engineer. Here's what I learned by dating a girl that works in a haunted house, is that haunted houses don't scare me at all. Blood, guts, hey, dude with the chainsaw, bring it on. I don't care. I am a 45-year-old man with no money and savings and no financial future, okay? That's fear. You want to come to a real haunted house? Let's go to my one-bedroom apartment. That's the real haunted house. That's the only haunted house I know that gets scarier when I turn the lights on. It's in a gated community, and what I've realized by living in a gated community is you know what kind of gated community you live in by the way your gate opens. Because when you're nice gated community, your gate opens like this, like, oh. When you live in the terrible, it opens to the side, it's like, open cell block C! Clink, 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 clink. I love food trucks, but I think they're lazy. You ever see food trucks? They're on social media, like Facebook. Hey, we're at the truck yard here in Dallas. Where's the truck yard? Well, if you get on 30 and there's no traffic or anything, you can be here in about an hour. You're in a truck. Move. Like, that's the whole point of a food truck. You can move. Okay, you don't have to. I don't have to come to you. You bring it this way. You need it. You need jumper cables. Is that why you're on Facebook right now? Like, on the side of 40? Like, what's going on? When I was a kid, we had a food truck too, called the Ice Cream Man. Remember that food truck? He didn't park 45 minutes away and send out a little TikTok and hope he went viral. No, that son of a bitch got in his food truck and drove it up and down every street in your neighborhood, playing music. And not good music like Beatles or Zeppelin or Motley Crue. He played like creepy-ass clown music. And it was like 45 seconds, and it would just loop back to the start. He also served creepy ice cream. Like, can we agree at this point now the ice cream shaped like a foot was a bad idea? Like, it's got a bubblegum toenail. That is too much detail for me, sir. I will take the orange push-up, because I would rather eat ice cream that looks like it's in a toilet paper roll than a foot-shaped ice cream. Like, I will... Do you remember how excited you were when you heard the Ice Cream Man? How excited would you be right now if you heard the fajita truck coming down the street playing fajita truck music? And it doesn't have to be racist. Even that stupid sizzle sound every Mexican restaurant puts on blast since like 1974. Just the shh. Then they put the plate down. Careful, it's hot. Yeah, bitch, my eyebrows are gone. I know it's hot. Why are we doing this? Why are we still doing this? Why are... Like, can you bring it on a regular plate so I can eat sometime this century? Why do I have to try to, like, skewer stuff off of molten metal Do you have to make it glow red? Can we just have a little sizzle, like shh, and then be done? Like, I got a Groupon. Like, this isn't a big deal. I don't know if you can tell by this outfit. I shop at Ross. And I love Ross, because Ross has name brand clothing. May not be the best that name brand has to offer. Like, this is definitely Tommy Hilfiger day shift. This is pink and blue flowers. This looks like you're just undecided at a gender reveal party is what it looks like. And like the sleeves on this, on both sides, like this thing is super wide, but my sleeves, like I don't know what stubby arm man they built this for, but neither of my sleeves come past my wrist if I unroll them. And I love Ross because they have like, have you ever gotten a knockoff at Ross by mistake? Like, I was trying to get a polo, and I saw polo in $18.99 on the same tag, and I just grabbed it. Because $18.99 for a polo is a goddamn steal. I looked at the tag and realized when I got home that it was Polo Association. Now, $18.99 for Polo Association's a tad overpriced. This shirt kind of scratches. Like, it feels like a cat just kind of walks up your back every once in a while. But I love the logo. If you don't know the difference between Polo's logo and Polo Association, oh, I'm going to tell you. Polo's logo is one man riding a horse playing polo. You want to have an idea of white privilege, if you want a mental image of white privilege, Polo Association's logo is just a little different. It is two men riding one horse. And I don't fucking know if they're playing polo. I don't know what the hell. I am not a polo expert. I don't know if that is even legal in the game of polo. I don't know if they're playing defense. Like one guy gets the reins, the other guy gets two sticks and like, get him, Steve, and they just go. I will tell you my rock bottom moment. I had to buy a shirt at Walmart. Not this one. You can't wear Walmart clothes. You know what their clothing label is? Faded Glory. That's what it says on their shirts, like you didn't know. Oh. Has my glory faded, Walmart? I can't tell. I have to buy shirts here. I'm aware. All right? You know who doesn't need to know my glory's faded? People that can read, okay? Not only that, they size things differently at Walmart. Like, I got a shirt that had an S in it. My whole life, S means small. Not at Walmart. The S stood for slim. Yeah, and your silence is the same reaction I had, because I'm like, what the hell is slim? And more importantly, what is it doing at Walmart? Show me slim in this damn store. Then I kept thinking about maybe that's how Walmart size a shirt. Like, they size the shirt by the chance of it actually fitting you. Then it makes sense. Slim. There's a slim chance this shirt's gonna fit you. Then I thought, what about the other sizes, like M? Maybe. Maybe if you went to the gym once in a while, this shirt would fit you. L, last chance. Last chance to leave little dignity. Nope, XL extremely likely. Welcome to the club. Walmart has some of the saddest sizes I've ever seen put on a tag. Like, I bought a pair of sweatpants. I kid you not. The tag says, one size fits most. And that's the saddest damn size. Because that's got to be the worst way to find out you're not most people. If you're a drinker like me, allow me to change your life right here, right now. Get a Crockpot. I am dead serious. Crockpots are amazing, okay? I'm 45 years old. When my parents kicked me out of their house 2 years ago, I thought, this is the last time I'll ever have pot roast. because I don't know how it's made. That's my favorite thing in the world. I just thought my parents loved me so much that they slaved in a hot kitchen for hours making this delicious meal. But then I went on YouTube and looked up how to make a pot roast and learned my parents are lazy sons of bitches. And what they would do is they would put everything into a pot, put it in the oven, and then go watch TV for 4 weeks. But now, I live by myself and I apply that logic to drinking. If I just take 5 minutes before I leave the house, think about drunk me. He's going to be hungry. What I do is I take the crock pot out, put it on the counter. Big drinkers, plug it in. Okay? I can't stress how crucial that little step is in this whole process, okay? You don't know sadness. You think a pandemic's sad? Mm-mm. Try going home at 3:30 in the morning drunk to a jar of raw meat. There is not a Toby Keith song on Spotify that expresses that kind of heartache. So plug it in. Then take a roast from the fridge, put that in there with some veggies, pour some red wine, save the rest for the drive, turn that bad boy on low. Then go out and get faded. When you come home at like 2, 3, 10 in the morning. Oh my God. It feels like someone cares about you. It really does. Because these sons of bitches at places like Whataburger clearly don't. 2 hours for a hamburger? What the hell is going on in this fast food establishment? If you're going to take that long to make my food, Whataburger, you should buy old car washes. So if my drunk ass pulls in, I can park in those rails, put it in neutral, and just pass out, and then you just pull me forward. Whenever you want to make my food, Whataburger, you decide. And if you work at a drive-thru, I demand some drive-thru courtesy. You can't make my food by the time I get to your window. Tell me back at the order thing. And I'll order something you can make by then. I am not Anthony Bourdain. I'm not coming here for a culinary adventure. I don't even know what the hell the order thing's called now. It used to be a speaker. Now it's a TV that's bigger than the one in my living room. I've never been at a drive-thru after dark and thought, man, I've been making some great decisions today. And you know what? You haven't either, because you work at a goddamn drive-thru. Let's work together to do as little work as possible in this situation, okay? I'm on your team. I'm wearing pants. They're not buttoned, but I'm wearing them. Don't maybe come to your second or third window and lean your lazy ass out and be like, I'm sorry, sir. We don't have that quite ready. Can you pull around? No, I'm not pulling around like I'm your dad waiting to get off work. This ain't curbside service. I'm not at Applebee's. This is a drive-thru. When I get to this window, I am through with you. That is the whole concept of the drive-thru. You're lucky to even see me with the 3 lanes of traffic going back here with no instructions on how this shit's supposed to work. Lane 1 every single time. Fool me once, Bank of America, with your green light on lane 2. Never again. I don't care if you hang Christmas lights with these sons of bitches. I will go through lane 1 every single time. And if you try to get in front of me from lane 2, I will ram the shit out of your car. We ain't playing that with your lane 2 badassness. Nuh-uh. We'll go through side by side and get our food together. You ain't getting my order. God forbid you order chicken. The one thing it should never not be ready at a fast food place. I don't care if it's been under a heat lamp for 4 days. Put it in the damn bag, bitch. Let's go. I don't care if it's chicken jerky. I'll gnaw on it till I pass out, okay? Because in 15 minutes, I won't know who the hell you are tapping on my window, okay? And you know you're too drunk to drive when you weave through the drive-thru, too. Like, you just... And we've all done it too, because you go to get your food and it's like 15 feet further out than you thought it was. Now you got to Dukes of Hazzard your way out of your car. Make sure you put your car in park before you do that. Otherwise, you just look like a sad parade boat just cruising out of there. If police were serious about drinking and driving, they would be at a drive-thru at 2:30 in the morning every damn night. You don't need those fancy checkpoints. You got one self-made right here. And it works out for you, too, as an alcoholic. You don't have to do a stupid field sobriety test. They can just look at your receipt. That's a guilty plea right there, sir. Have you been drinking? Biscuits and queso? Step out of the car, sir. That sounds delicious. That ain't a sober man's meal, sir. Step out of the car. You ever been driving home at 2 in the morning? You see all these things on the road that are night terrifying. By day, not scary. 2 in the morning, terrifying. Like when you're driving down the highway and you look up and you see these billboards for DUI attorneys out of nowhere. Why are you here, bad omen? Seriously, I was doing fine. I was going down the road or anything. And we all know what means. Is drunk for, oh shit, I've closed my eyes. You get nervous looking at those things, like, because marketing is all about location, right? Technically what you're saying with this freeway billboard is I'm in the danger zone. Is there are people on the hood of a cop car, like at Haltom Road and 121. They're just on the, where am I going to find a DUI attorney? Thank you, Jesus. Should have took the wheel, Jesus. Should have took the wheel. That's my bad. And if I'm a DUI attorney, why would I put my sign on that big-ass billboard? That looks expensive. No. I would go to the bar and buy people shots. Then hand them my business card. Yep, you're going to be needing this. You ever been driving home at 2 in the morning, you see the cop car in the far right-hand lane on the highway going like 20 miles an hour like he's in a school zone? All you can think is take the next exit. Come on. Take it. Shit. You're not taking that exit either? That is Roof Snow Drive. That leads to Watauga, all right? I know what Watauga is Apache for. I have warrants, officer. Then you begin that slow, extremely awkward pass where you're just... What do you do for that 10 minutes you're together? Does anybody just give up and just wave the cop? To me, that's saying, hey, Watauga PD, you want to test out a taser? I'm your Huckleberry, let's rock. We'll make it fun. Like, I'll make it a science experiment. Like, look at my phone, it's 10%, okay? I'll hold it while you tase me and see if it actually charges the phone so I can call for help. See, a lot of people panic in that situation, try to, like, pretend they're sober. Not me. I invented a game called DUI Chicken. So what I do is I get right alongside the cop car, make eye contact with the cop, and then I show him what's up. I do a field sobriety test right there behind the wheel of my car while it's going. Oh, you want to go? Okay. So now I have a DUI on my record. I should have too, but the greatest moment of my life happened. I lied to a cop and got away with it. And I'm going to tell you that story, okay? It was about 5 years ago. I was in Fort Worth. I shouldn't be driving. It's about 3 in the morning. All of a sudden, I see cop lights in my mirror. All I can think is, I'm going to jail. There's no way. I couldn't stand on one leg in 3rd grade PE. How the hell am I supposed to do that now at 38 with all this alcohol in my system? On the side of the highway, by the way. Not even going somewhere discreet. Can you follow the light? No. There's about 7 at 80 miles an hour just going right across here, sir. I can't. I think we need to follow your lights somewhere else. So I'm freaking out, trying to think of any way I can get out of the situation. Because I don't know if you can tell by my height and weight, I'm a coward. And so I'm panicking. I'm trying to think of any way I can talk my way out of this situation. The first thought out of panic was, punch it. Take off. You're in a 2008 Nissan Sentra. Your car does 0 to 60 in theory. What pops into my head out of nowhere is I briefly dated a girl that taught sign language. And I remember asking her what happens when a deaf person gets pulled over because they still drive cars. And she was saying, well, most cops know sign language. If they don't, they radio for backup. If they can't find anybody, then they make a decision based on what they see to bring them in or let them go. Flashback to this cop tapping on my window. I said to myself, we're going to be deaf. Starting now. So I get out of the car. Here's the fun part. I don't know sign language at all. So I got to tell this cop I can't hear. So I do the only thing that I can think to do, which is Hulk Hogan. I can't hear you guys. And the cop freaks out. Because this is a sudden move in police lingo. This is highly frowned upon in the policing industry. But I'm drunk as shit, and all I can think is, oh my God, I've only told him I'm deaf in my right ear. And by the grace of God, this cop looks at me and mouths, are you deaf? And I go, he doesn't know sign language. We are 33% out of this situation. It is time to go to phase 2, which is just me dancing because that's what I think sign language is. I'm just trying to... And the cop is freaking out, like he is radioing for ambulance. Like I think he's having a seizure. I don't know what's going on. He can't find anybody. He has to make a decision. He decides to let me go. And he tried to sign it too. He's like, I'm gonna let you go. I just look at him and say, and I just, like, I'm gonna go. And I start walking back to my car and the adrenaline's pumping. I'm trying to hold it all together. Get to my car, I start it, and then I have to turn the radio down really quick. Apparently that's when they decide, let's play some AC/DC really loud. And so I gotta turn that shit down like, oh shit, did you hear that? Am I deaf? And the cop is back at his car. He doesn't hear it, and he does to go. And I just completely lost it at that point. Like, I started sobbing. I'm like thinking this is a felony, and I'm trying to just piece my life together, and I let my guard down, and I think out of instinct the policeman goes, you have a good night. And I go, you too, officer, and I drove away. Nothing happened. I like to think the cop just quit his job right then and there. Like, he just like, fuck this shit, and you can keep the car. But after nothing happened to me, I believe in my heart of hearts, if you pass a field sobriety test, the police department should send you a little trophy that you get to stick on the top of the dashboard of your car to let people know you won. And the next time a police officer pulls you over at 3 a.m. and starts shining his light on your side mirrors and everything else, he sees about 6 of those bad boys lined across your dash. Maybe he thinks twice before he messes with a champion. I grew up like in the 80s, and so I have friends now that have kids, and they talk about like how they wish they were kids now. And I'm like, no. Hard pass. I would much rather be a kid in the 80s than 2020. Because I'd much rather my parents beat me than blog about me. That is awful. Like that is a new form of child abuse that I never thought existed, where you could just describe your kid in the most bullshit words, like good. Like, that is not your child. Like, my friend's on a blog called Asshole Parents, and I'm glad this came out in like 2000 something. But it's a blog called Asshole Parents, where parents of toddlers take pictures of their kids when they're wigging out for the ridiculous reasons toddlers do. Which in my experience has just been when you introduce the word no into a conversation. So he put a picture of his daughter up there, she's screaming, and he's like, well, apparently I'm an asshole parent because I wouldn't let my daughter play with steak knives tonight. Hashtag asshole parent. And that's adorable. But I'm glad it came out in like 2000 something instead of 1978. Because I tell you my mom's blog post right now, who by the way, were the asshole parents, the parents of the 70s and 80s. They were. Because like this is what my mom's blog post would say, something like this. My son was crying. So you know what? I gave him something to cry about. Hashtag asshole parent. Yeah. That's pretty much the definition of an asshole parent, Mom. That is... My mom used to beat me with a belt and say this is gonna hurt me more than it's gonna hurt you. I'm like, bitch, we don't have to do it. Like, why? What's psychotic? Like, how angry are you at me? This makes it sound like it's worse. Like, you're willing to endure pain just to beat me. That's how much, that's your desire to inflict harm on me, is that you're willing to hurt yourself more just to see a little pain in my face. My dad's no better. Like, my dad is, I'm 45. My dad's been gay for well over 40 years, except for this one time. And as a kid, no one wanted to tell me that my dad was gay. This is what they told me, is like, they're roommates. I don't know why they didn't want to tell me that. I guess maybe, like, so if I'm at the kids, like, my dad could be up your dad. Well, you don't want to know what my dad will do to your dad, sir. You don't want to go there, all right? You don't want to go there. That'll keep you up at night, all right? But what they told me is they're roommates. Thank God I found out my dad was gay before I got a roommate, okay? Because let me tell you what scary situation I walked into every Saturday when I was a kid. As I saw two successful men that are roommates working hard at banking and real estate, making money hand over fist, and at the end of the day, all they could afford was one queen-size bed. That's all they could afford. You know how good of grades I made, like freaking out thinking, B, that's going to be bed. B stands for bed. You're going to be sharing a bed with another man if you don't get your grades up. Because you're going to have a roommate. You can't afford a house alone. They can't even afford it. They got one bed. Look how good they're doing. Eventually, I found out my dad was gay. I'll admit it. Made me a little bit homophobic. Like my friends had asked me, like, oh, Ryan, what do you have against gay people? How about they grounded me? Oh, happy Pride Month. Forget it. No. My dad would brutally be like, young man, is this an F? You go to your room. And redecorate it. Me and my friends, we hang out a lot, and other times we can't because they have wives and kids and stuff, but we'll hang out at bars, and we were hanging out at a bar one night, and this woman walked in, and she was amazing. I was like, oh my God. And I looked at my friends like, hey, tonight's my night. Yeah, I was a wingman for you guys when you were single. Maybe I wasn't the best wingman, but that's what happens when you have an alcoholic friend as a wingman. Sometimes we go rogue. I don't recall the night in question, Your Honor. I was blackout drunk. Maybe you should have picked a better time to find your lady than 1 a.m. on a Saturday. That's not a good time to say, hey, here's my friend Ryan. And then you just... So I'm asking my friends, like, hey, how about you guys give me a couple tips to maybe get this girl's number? And these sons of bitches rattled off 18 tips in 20 seconds that made me feel so self-conscious about what I felt like because they know me since the 3rd grade, so it's all the shit that I do they don't realize I do at all times. We're like, well, first of all, uncross your arms, judgy. Pull your shoulders back. Blake, you little psycho. You know what women don't want to see is an intense, angry stare as you talk to them. They don't need to see the panic in your eyes, you coward. Breathe, you little bitch. You know what your sentence shouldn't start with? That sound right there. That's what it shouldn't sound like. Don't sound an alarm. Don't make them think that someone's behind them with a doggy net that's gonna catch. Tilt your head. Make eye contact. Smile. I felt like the animatronic rat at Chuck E. Cheese trying to hit on this girl. And I don't even know if those exist anymore because I haven't been to Chuck E. Cheese in 38 years. I don't know if you go now, a hologram of a rat pops up on your table, says, eat some pizza, you little bitches, and follow me on TikTok. And it goes away. But when I was a kid and it was somebody's birthday, you would go to Chuck E. Cheese and you would be ushered to a room of nightmares where an animatronic band would just be waiting for you. And they never moved friendly at all. They never moved. They were like, rah! Like, it was like, they were aggressive. Like, see you in your closet tonight? Rah! That's why it looked like hitting on this girl. I was just like, hey, how's it going? Would you like to go out sometime? No. I know some of my jokes are a little mean. I like to apologize because me and my last girlfriend, we broke up. And when we broke up, she told me, and I quote, I never understood her. No kidding. They don't make a Rosetta Stone for crazy. She was crazy. She was obsessed with karate. My friends were like, what belt was she? Chastity, I guess. Here's the thing. The whole time we were going out, she was still in love with her ex. Obsessed with him. So much so that one night she wanted to role play. And she wanted me to role play and pretend to be her ex. Oh, I did. Went back to her place, put on some music, turned down the lights, poured a glass of wine, drank it, went into her room, sat down next to her on the bed, looked deep into her eyes, and then I got up and left her. I'm going to do one more joke, and guys, we'll get out of here. I'm going to tell you about my best friend. She is my ride and die, because she's going to kill me with her terrible driving. Because she's the driver that gets lost everywhere we go. And look, I'm not a monster. I understand that people are bad with directions. But she has the turn-by-turn navigation system pulled up on the phone, and it's connected to the car. So every speaker in this damn Mitsubishi is telling us where to go. And we still get lost. And it's not the lost like, did we miss a turn? It's, bitch, where are we? We're supposed to be in Arlington. Why does it say Allen on that sign? Like, why? Like, every time I hear that GPS in her car just start talking, I'm like, how pissed is that GPS at this point? Because it's got to be, like, losing its mind. Like, left turn ahead. What the fuck? Where are you going? Just stop the car. There's not even a road back here. Just stop. Bitch, I said stop the car. You know what? Forget it. Recalculating. I'm recalculating my life decisions. That's what I'm recalculating. Forget the directions. I should have been Spotify. That's what I should have been. I should have been Spotify. But that's why I could never have a GPS in my car, because GPS only tells you where to go. It doesn't tell you what's there. That's what I need GPS for. And GPS is awareness. So it gets in a really bad neighborhood, it gets nervous like I do. Because I'll be perfectly honest, Fort Worth, if I'm here at 3 in the morning, I'm up in a place like bad neighborhood like Stop 6 or Como, I don't need to hear recalculating. You better believe I'll be on my dashboard like, bitch, don't you leave me. You pull out that calculator, they're calculating some shit right now, bitch. Someone's coming, bitch. I'll drive this car into a lake. You understand me? I will take you down with me. I ain't dying alone tonight. I will take you down with me, you little bitch. You better fucking calculate some shit. I need a GPS that's like, oh shit. Reconsidering. Go. That's the only direction you need. Go. I don't care if it's a red light, you little bitch. You're gonna die if you don't go. Okay, thank you guys again for coming out here tonight.